Alright guys, we just installed brand new brake pads and rotors on this vehicle. Original Honda rotors, expensive stuff, original brake pads. So, I had a person asking me a question they asked me, the car shakes. They had bad rotors. They changed it. They did the brake pads with it. Then, few months later, they got to shake again. But they just changed the brake pads and rotors 2-3 months back. Okay, the problem here is, because I went through this problem, the problem here is brake friction. Brake friction, the heat sinks here, brake pads, how the brake pads are installed plays a big role, okay? First of all, if you could take a look at my brake pads here, look at this. Think of it as me as a caliper, bam, perfectly installed brake pads here. A lot of cars I went through the same experience. Problem here was that the brake pads was grabbing, and they was not letting go, okay? Even though your car moves smoothly, this thing is creating so much heat from the friction that it's warping your rotors, okay? Another thing you do want to avoid is heavy slamming the brakes, rain, water, puddles, because once the thing is hot and the water hits it, it's gonna do crazy stuff, okay? The heat does matter. Okay, so when you're installing your brake pads, I see a lot of people, they jam their brake pads in, okay? This brake system here has a spring-loaded brake system here. Let me just take this away. You see this little guy? These little guys, they push the brake pad out. Some brakes have little retainers that push them out. Very important. So first of all, one main thing is that you should not have to force the brakes in, okay? You should be able to install the brake pads just like that with a fingertip, okay? You should be able to. If that's not the case, what you want to do is you want to file the edges of the brakes so they fit in perfectly. I know some aftermarket, if you watch my other videos, I say that a lot, okay? Another thing you want to do is make sure you grease the pins. These slider pins are greased up. Usually I use this silicone grease. This is the silicone grease here. I do have a video on the greasing, and make sure you clean this up. Make sure you pull this out that I'm just about to do. You're not gonna see me do it, but make sure this rubber boot here, you see it has a boot. Make sure that one's in the bottom, just to wherever you took it off from, okay? That also plays a role of pushing the caliper out, because it's like it compresses the air inside, and once you let go of the brake, it moves out. So that's what you gotta do. You gotta pay attention to these few things, okay? Greasing, freedom of these brake pads from moving out, the caliper just releasing it, everything matters. Anyways, if you got that issue, make sure you do your brakes correctly next time. Watch my videos on braking, and it doesn't have to be it could be any car. Just follow the similar procedure of braking, lubricating, and installing the brake pad in a similar pattern. Anyway, thank you for watching my video.